Hello, Jeremy Chambers, Independence Acres Homestead here. Well, it is a beautiful June evening here in southeastern Michigan. We're really excited to be able to have a couple days here without a lot of heavy rains and without everything getting washed away here in the garden. So today I just want to bring you along as we evaluate how things are growing here in our garden. We're also going to be putting some chicken wire around our hugelkultur bed where we have planted some spinach and some radishes. And just a general look around the garden, checking out how things are growing. This is, first year back into gardening after the great thistle invasion of 2018. And the pig thistle decimation of 2018. So we're just trudging along here, just trying to get things back in order so that we can get a garden reestablished in this area. Okay, so if you'll remember, this is one of our hugelkultur beds. What we did is we dug it down about 1.5 to 16 inches to 1.5 feet, and then did a layer of brush and rotten firewood that we had sitting in a firewood stack next to the garden. Put in a layer of rabbit manure and then added our garden soil back on top. We let that sit for about a month before we got anything planted in it, just to give a chance for everything to settle a little bit. Also we weren't 100% sure what we were going to put in this bed. What we finally settled on was radishes and spinach. Forgive me as I'm swatting a little bit here. The mosquitoes are a little thick out this time of year. We're actually waiting patiently for the dragonfly swarm to come through and take down this population by about half. So anyway, let me give you just a couple quick close-ups here of our radishes as they are popping through. And it's only been about 4 days since I put these in the ground, so these things popped up, germinated and sprouted really fast this year. So the radishes have sprouted really well in just a few days. But my concern now is that we're going to start getting rabbits in the garden eating these radishes and then the spinach that's going to be growing here behind me. We love rabbits here on our homestead, obviously. We're really big into cuniculture here. However, the last thing I want to do is to give away my hard work for the wildlife here in the area. Now, short of harvesting these rabbits, this is about the only thing we can do is to prevent them from getting into our food. So we're just going to do it pretty simple today. I've got some 2-foot roll of some chicken wire here. Now, chicken wire isn't 100%. If a rabbit really wants to get to what's on the other side, they will chew through it. I've seen them chew through chicken wire. So chicken wire is not a 100% guarantee. It's just a little bit of a deterrent. Try to make their life a little harder when it comes to getting to the vegetables in the garden. Okay, there we go. Just a simple project for this evening, but something I had to get done. Just want to reiterate, chicken wire is not 100% to keep rabbits out of your vegetables, okay? It is only just a deterrent. And the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go around with the shovel. I'm just going to throw a little dirt along the bottom of this poultry netting here, just to kind of seal it up a little bit from underneath. Once again, if they want in, they can dig or chew through. All we're doing is just giving them a little bit of deterrence. Okay, so it's just been about 3 weeks since we put our tomatoes in our S-curve trellis. So far that's working really well. Tomatoes are already greening up nicely. They've gotten over their transplant shock, and we're starting to see some flowers on them. So really happy to see those buds coming up. And then our pepper plants, we just got those in the ground last Friday actually. So they've been in the ground for less than 5 days, and we put them out here. Everything looked great. They're nice and green, and they've continued to stay very healthy. We've already got some flowers coming up on those also. And then finally, we had our squash that we'd put in. At the same time, we put in our tomatoes, and we were really not really sure whether or not they were going to sprout, because there's still a lot of rain coming. We were afraid that the seeds were going to kind of rot in the ground. So we used the hill method in order to make sure that we gave those seeds just a little bit of a raised area so that they were not sitting in standing water, so they're not just kind of rotting in the ground. And it looks like they've all sprouted, except for exception of one hill. All 3 of the seeds that we planted in each hill sprouted, and along our squash arch, all except for I believe 2 seeds sprouted. So it's pretty good success so far with these seeds that we purchased this year at M.I. Gardener up in Port Huron. Oh my gosh, guys, so as I was inspecting the plants this evening, tomato plants, in order to show you guys the blooms, I was all upset because I couldn't find any blooms. Well, here's why. Look at this, guys. First tomatoes of the season right there. Look at that. Look at those little guys. Aren't they adorable? All right, also this last weekend we went ahead and put in some watermelon in these 3 mounds here, 1, 2, and 3. And then over here we put in some cassava melon, which we also, my sons are really excited that we got those in. Haven't sprouted yet. We're hoping to see those sprout here in another couple days. Also, within the last few weeks, we've had 2 litters born. This is Daisy and her babies. And then down here is Winter, and her babies are just about a week old. Their eyes should be opening here soon. It is also breeding season here for us. So in the next few days, we're going to be working on the next in our cuniculture series, starting with housing of rabbits, and after that we're going to be working on our breeding video for cuniculture. Anyway, that's what's going on this next week, and I look forward to seeing comments, and check in with us down below in the comments. If you have any questions, please feel free to shout it out, and I'll answer it as soon as I possibly can. And also make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we thank you so much for joining us, and as always, God bless.